Hi, I'm Kat Perkins and I'm an equalizer. I'm Kat Perkins, and I recently was on season 6 of The Voice. I think the most surprising thing that I've done since The Voice is motivational speaking, and mainly with students. It's not that surprising because my two favorite things in life are young adults and music, and I wanted to figure out a way to combine that. I think the most surprising part about it was that we did it very quickly, and it all came together so quickly after The Voice, and I'm able to go around and speak with students from ages 4 to 18 and just talk about everything and give them words of wisdom and a little bit of courage, and stand in front of them as a real person that has worked their whole life for their dreams and following a passion and just being me and being what we call fearless. Speaking to these young adults every single week is absolutely one of the most inspiring things I've ever done. At the same time, I get to sing for them and do what I love, and at the end of the day, I always say if I can inspire one person every single day, then I've done my job. I wanted to come out with a song that had a message. That was more important to me than anything. It was more important than genre. It was more important than anything. I wanted to have these lyrics that meant something and kind of encapsulated what I went through for the past year and what I'd really gone through myself, stepping outside of my comfort zone in the music industry and I was really following my dream that I've always wanted to do. But at the same time, it was the hardest thing I've ever done. It was the biggest opportunity, the most uncomfortable, the most fun, the most exciting, the most nerve-wracking. And so how do you put that into a song? The lyrics of the song, it starts off with, "What would you do if you weren't afraid?" I thought that was the most brilliant sentence to start off a song, because that is such a huge question. And it makes people instantly, if they're listening to that lyric, think about that for a second. And think about what that means to them, which is going to be different for everyone, which I think is the coolest part of that song. I think we've made a lot of steps at this point in time with the LGBT community, but there's still a ways to go. And the more that I see people be comfortable with who they are, the more I absolutely feel like we're getting somewhere in this world. I think that's important to everyone, to be able to live with who they are and be comfortable. And every single day, that word fearless comes to mind several times when I think about it, because that's what you have to be, especially in that community. It's a scary thing sometimes, but hopefully that message will be a little bit easier every single year that we go forward in this universe, in this life. I do a whole segment about social media and cyberbullying, and I talk a lot about how it changed my life when I was filming The Voice, because it was a really hard thing for me to do. I needed a lot of encouragement. I didn't need it, but I really appreciated that I could wake up every single day and get these words of encouragement. Now I know that sometimes when I'm speaking to somebody in the LGBT community, or an 11-year-old kid or a 9-year-old kid, that it maybe isn't that easy, and it maybe they can't turn it around within a matter of minutes when they read something online, or they get bullied in real life. But the main thing is that I can tell them is that it's going to happen, and we can't stop it. I can go out and speak all day long about this, and I'm still not going to stop what's happening out there. But my mission is to make people aware of it, and to hopefully share some tools with them to be able to turn it into positivity, and to be able to turn it into something that they can eventually be comfortable with themselves and be a little bit spiteful in the fact to these people that bully them, and they can overcome this. And when you can overcome something like that, it's the greatest feeling in the world. It's the most fulfilling thing in the world to be able to rise above and become the person that overcame it, and it will make you more confident every single day when you can do that, with who you are, with your sexuality, with being a singer, or being a mathematician, or an athlete. All of those things, you know. Be comfortable with who you are. That's the main thing that I can tell them to be able to overcome it. I think the biggest message that I could send to the LGBT community is be fearless, right? I mean, that's my whole standpoint this year. Feel free to figure out your identity, your gender identity, how to express yourself. Who are you, you know? And I think another important word in that message is confidence. Confidence. It's what we think about in the music industry every single day, and what we have to keep moving forward with. And you know, my friends that in the LGBT community that are successful and keep moving forward in their life and their career and in their romantic relationships and their love life, they become more confident and more confident every single day in my eyes. And I love that. With marriage equality being a huge subject these last couple of years, I am fortunate enough to live in a state where we are moving forward with that, and we accept love as love, and we don't you know, discriminate against gender and, you know, who you are. It's just a relationship built on love. It's a beautiful thing. And you know, I have little nieces and nephews that are very impressionable right now. They're very young, and we are very open about the entire LGBT community with the kids, and we keep the dialogue completely open. We have since they were little, and it's the most beautiful thing. And they recognize the equality. They recognize the thing that's happening, this whole movement, and it's so cool to watch them, you know, be able to understand that some kids have two dads, some kids have two moms, and some kids just, you know, they have two loving parents, that gender isn't even an issue. And the faster we can move towards everybody accepting that and knowing that and growing up that way with that sort of open-mindedness and like acceptance of love, the greater this whole world will be, and the greater that we will all move together in one awesome motion. And I hope that I get to live long enough to see that keep moving forward. My next steps seem pretty clear to me at this point. We're working on new music, as we always are. We always are. That will always be one of the answers to that question, because we will always be working on releasing new music. I feel like I need to give back. And so there's several things. We have this really cool idea about how to make other people's dreams come true, because I feel like the nation helped me realize my dreams and make my dreams come true. So how can I do that for other people? And I have this awesome platform, and I have this awesome resume now that I can do that with. And you know, so I kind of visualize this going down on television. I also, again, I go back to kids and music, and young adults and music. Like, how can I still keep combining that as my two favorite things in life? And I visualize some sort of book. I can't wait to get more music out there, and I can't wait to, you know, visit even more people that have already gotten into my single, Fearless, and, you know, who are living fearlessly. And I can't wait to hear more stories about people who live fearlessly. And I think I'll probably live that word and that song for the rest of my life. So it's going to be an exciting future.